Anyway, welcome back, Senseless Studios podcast.
You know who the fuck we are.
You know what it is. I don't know if we really got any news. I mean, Cam Newton to the Patriots, but none of us are Patriots fans. So
Well, everyone's at least somewhat anti-patriot if you're not a patriot. I'd say, right?
I guess
They're just
jealousy is not the word, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not man. I'm not too mental, man.
Billy Belichick just always dominating the NFL.
Especially
Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Just looking fucking dummy dogs here at the sun. But yeah, that's it for news. Don't really got any news to talk about, but we could.
Black still happening.
Yeah, I mean, everything's still.
Wait that shit out. Just kidding.
Let's make my job harder and harder for me. But well, I lost my fucking train of thought already. So take it away.
All right, Marvin Science Corner.
There you go.
Just right off the bat, this is the chopped and screwed edition because
you fucking me
It's
up.
gonna be all fucked up this one, but it's a pretty cool little factoid science wise. Kind of high, so just bear with me here.
We'll try.
So like when something's like a certain color, it's like actually not that color technically.
Right.
Yeah, it like absorbs all other colors minus
Yeah,
the
you
color
see
it's
the color that
reflecting.
gets reflected.
So I'm not sure everyone knows that. It's a cool little factoid. I thought I'd bring up.
Yeah, I think I knew that one. Whereas it's like the color is just a reflection of light, right, or whatever. Or
Yeah,
absence
Really
of
weird
light.
is like sometimes
the
like,
wavelength.
depending on the color of light that like a plant gets, sometimes it won't grow. It's like some plants, if you shine a red light on it, it won't grow. But if it's a
Oh,
green light,
yeah.
it does, or something like that.
But I mean, like most plants grow from the fucking sun. So I mean, why would you?
It's just a
Yeah,
weird
but
thing
it's like
with the
different
color.
Yeah, because it's like on a spectrum.
It's like it can absorb similar colors sometimes.
But I'm saying like what plants where you'd be like, I'm gonna grow this one with blue lights.
I mean, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to say. When would you ever be like, I want to use red lamps on this one?
I mean, maybe certain parts of the world, the atmosphere is different, where different wavelengths of light get through the atmosphere differently, so that way it's able to grow the plant differently. I'm just spitballing some
Yeah,
ideas
probably.
here.
I remember they had us doing that in like biology class, but I never really thought like, who gives colored lights for plants?
Yeah. Are you guys colorblind? Do you know anyone's colorblind?
Yeah, I am.
You're
Yes,
colorblind.
yeah.
Are you left-handed too?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
Wow, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I was like, what else you got? What else you got?
Like what the fuck is
Not
that?
that weird.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything? Dude, I was at Play It Again Sports and they had like these lefty golf clubs that were like super nice. And I was like, God damn it. Like why lefties? Like why couldn't it just be a righty
Dude,
club?
what if
Like,
you could learn to play both ways, so that way when you're like in an awkward spot, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna whip this one out.
some people
Just
do
feels
that. I
better.
think some people do that.
That'd be too hard. It's
That's
already
gonna be
too
one
hard
of
to
the
learn
hardest
one way.
ways to go two ways.
I mean, wouldn't it be hard as fuck to be a pinch hitter though? I mean, switch hitter. I was just thinking about that, like in baseball.
Bro,
But it's kind of, I feel like it's a little common now.
Switch hitting.
Yeah, I just think with like how hard golf is.
Yeah, well,
like,
nobody's
affecting your just like your dominant hand swing.
carrying like a whole two sets of clubs. Like here's my right hand set, and my left hand set, just in case. Like nobody's fucking doing
now you
that.
just got an
You'll
extra
be a
couple
baller and
left-handed
have two caddies,
I guess.
clubs for certain situations.
Extra little lefty wedge or something.
Yeah, a few lefty wedges. You're not gonna have a lefty driver because when are you gonna need to drive it?
But I'm saying like in the MLB, like I don't know, maybe it's because I wasn't that good of a baseball player, but I feel like being a switch hitter would be hard as shit. Like I mean, I know you do it
What's
based
a
on
switch hitter? Like going
Yeah,
left or
lefty
right?
and righty.
yeah in baseball because you do
Yeah,
depend on
that'd
the
be
pitcher.
hard. But like I know in baseball that like there's like legit stats like if it goes like left-handed versus right-hander when it goes to pitcher versus so it could be an advantage, right? Like if like a pitcher's not good against left-handed batters and you're like, well, I can fucking hit it.
That's why they do it.
Yeah,
So you can come
that's
out
the
better.
reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that's the only reason. Or even crazier, some players know like some stadiums like okay, if the left wall is like this much inches shorter than the right wall, so if I switch hit, Is it
Or
like?
maybe they're just not getting anything going right-handed. They're like 0 for 3, and they're like, I'm going left this time.
I mean, I don't know,
It
but
mainly depends on the pitcher.
yeah, it's usually the pitcher. That's
But
what I'm
there's some
saying.
rare pitchers that can throw both ways. But like,
That'd be
there's
weird.
sometimes that
That'd be
they're not
weird
allowed to
shit.
switch.
Dude, it's
I don't remember
crazy
the
because
rules on that.
it's like I just think about like I already suck at right-handed golf. Like imagine having to learn it with my non-dominant hand.
Yeah,
that's
I
that's
would
just
just quit. That'd be
yeah
so stupid. Like
yeah.
trying to learn how to play lefty. But I don't do any. Do you do anything lefty? I know people that like right-handed, but then do certain things lefty.
Just because lacrosse, because like I mean I'm sure you can shoot lefty in hockey.
Nah,
My dad's
I shoot
left-handed, but he
righty.
plays right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's where hockey's a little different. Like if it's indoor or not hockey, lacrosse. If it's indoor lacrosse, like they pretty much only do whatever hand they're dominant with, just because it's so close quarters like hockey. But in field lacrosse, if you want to get good, you got to use like both hands so you can shoot from either side.
So you have to be ambidextrous anyway. I
Yeah,
guess it
just
doesn't
teach
even
yourself
matter.
how.
I guess there's no righty or lefty lacrosse stick. So I guess I mean
Yeah, just
Yeah,
one
same
stick.
both
yeah,
ways.
exactly. So I mean yeah, that makes sense.
Is there
But
a
no, you
lefty
don't.
hockey stick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're either
right-handed
righty or a
golf.
lefty. Yeah, because they have curves in them. Think about it. You can't just like if I switched hands, the curve would be backwards. So,
Sounds like some Wayne Gretzky shit.
well, when Wayne Gretzky played, most of their shit was probably straight, so he could just switch hands if he wanted to, but nobody does. That'd be weird. Just like being like, but yeah, no lefties and righties.
So they had like paddles back then.
I
Like
mean,
bowling sticks.
I forgot when there's a certain year when one player like started like someone like started bending his sticks. It was like the 50s or the 40s or something, but before that it was just flat. Yeah, that's how you played hockey.
Hmm.
Hard as fuck, probably.
So you could just flip the stick. It was like a universal stick at that point.
It probably would be hard as fuck not having a curve on it or anything. Trying to
Because it
Oh,
probably
you
just
gotta be
like
like
leave
slap
your.
shots only.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, you can.
You probably have to be careful that you don't leave the puck, right? Because you don't have it like
True.
hugging, right? Like you could like even if you like slightly you're skating too fast, it probably
But
slide
even
off.
if like it'll roll out, even if like you're not like you don't have
Careful.
puck control, yeah.
So then yeah, it'd probably just be even way harder with a flat one then, even if it does it with a curve.
But then that's why people always be like, well, players back then would be better because they played with these kinds of conditions. But I was watching something the other day
Right.
about like how all sports, it's like,
Does that make that big a difference then?
who knows? We can't literally pick them out of that. We can't go back to the fucking 20s,
Sucks that
unfortunately.
you can't do that. Like
Yeah.
you can't like get like the 85 Bears versus like the like what is it like
We
the
can simulate it.
07 Patriots. Yeah, but if you could just like see it somehow, like get the 07 like time machine this shit. I don't know, but I don't know.
I'm
If
just
there was just some
thinking
weird
about
way it could happen, like that'd
all
be
the
so cool.
matchups. Babe Ruth versus like,
LeBron versus MJ. Let's go 1-on-1.
Finally figured out.
yeah.
Yeah, or like get LeBron's best team in all his years playing with the Lakers or the Heat. They get the Heatles with Bosh and Wade versus Pippen, Rodman, and MJ, and let them run a series. See what happens.
Dude,
That'd be crazy, dude.
or like if you do like the NFL, like you bring back some of like I don't even know. I'm trying to think of somebody from like the 1900s, like Jim Thorpe or something playing in like today's NFL. That'd be fucking crazy.
They're like those running quarterbacks that they didn't even give a chance, and now like they're like the NFL's like getting like they're like starting to move in that direction.
Oh, you mean just like a mobile quarterback? I
Yeah,
guess?
with like they were turning down like a lot of spread quarterbacks because they were like other products and systems, or they wouldn't look they were really close minded with the quarterback position, and then
I don't
a
wanna
few
talk about
anomalies,
it.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, do
Patrick
you even think we're
Mahomes.
gonna have a season this year? Like NFL?
Well, it's getting really bad
Probably
again.
not.
It's getting pretty
I
squirrely.
feel like
NFL
MLB is
probably
not
not.
gonna happen.
They were saying that there's just too much money on the line that they'll probably at least start it, but if it'll like get derailed or they'll have to take like another hiatus or something like that is what I was hearing some people.
It's like when we were trying to do the quarantine countdown. Like now, everyone's just gonna say like it's gonna be this month. Like that's what it's gonna start being. Like sports coming back this month, and we're gonna all say that in July, and then they're not gonna come back in July, and then we're gonna it's gotta come back in August. Like
Remote
Speaking of
work is
sports
probably
that
the name
are
of the year.
back,
speaking of sports that
we
are
got
back,
UFC coming up this next weekend.
by the time this is posted, It'll be Fight Island fights.
Speaking of UFC, real quick though, because
Well, that's what we're talking about. So.
no, well, but that's what I said. Speaking of, what fight do you think was better, the Joanna Zhang Weili fight or the Poirier Hooker fight?
I thought the girl fight was better.
I agree.
I didn't watch the Poirier Hooker fight, so I
It's
Oh, you didn't
so
watch it?
fucking good.
It was a great fight.
really. My bad. I haven't fucking lie. I don't know, man. I've been sleeping a lot lately. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. Maybe I have the Rona. We go get tested tomorrow. I'll figure it out. I don't think I have it though. Maybe I've had it a couple times already. Maybe I haven't.
Like, pull up some of the fights for next week.
All right.
Let's see what we're gonna bet on.
Let's see here. It's shit. This.
Type in card.
Max Holloway, Volkanovski too.
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't really know on that one, man. That's a hard one.
Wait, isn't this just gonna be what UFC 252?
Oh, Peter Yan and Aldo fight. Andrade.
If you want to think, maybe.
251. I thought
Yeah.
251 just happened. Oh no, here's
There
251.
we go.
Alright,
Okay,
so-
no.
Usman
So-
versus Burns. We'll start at the top. Who you got in that fight?
Usman.
Dude, it's hard. I feel like that's hard. They train together. I'm gonna say Burns. I feel like Burns could submit him eventually because Usman doesn't finish people, and he wants to fight on the ground, which is where Burns is like a master jiu-jitsu practitioner. The only thing is, like, Usman's probably gonna be way stronger than him, so he can neutralize
I
him.
don't think Usman wants to fight on the ground at all.
Burns, I think, could strike with him. If not, he's better striker than Usman. If anything, like, it's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm picking Burns, but I'm not confident in that pick because Usman's a beast. He hasn't lost, or I think he's only lost once, maybe, right? Like,
They're so even. It's hard to even like I wouldn't feel comfortable putting money on this one. But I
Yeah.
think Usman's gonna win. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Just
I think
'cause
Usman's
I
gonna
feel
win.
like he's on a different level than everybody else. Him and Covington.
Any rebuttal there, buddy?
I mean,
Looks like you're.
I mean, I don't. I mean,
Burns could be up there too.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Burns whooped Woodley's ass worse than Usman did, but that was a couple years later.
He's getting PTSD.
I just feel like stylistically, like Usman doesn't match up too well with Burns because Usman is not he's not a masterful striker. He outstruck Covington, who's not a good striker either. He's a wrestler. Usman wants to fight on the ground. That's where he wants to fight all the time. I just think Burns could eventually submit him. Burns will be getting his ass kicked. Don't get me wrong. He'll probably be getting grounded and pounded, and then he'll eventually find an opening and lock something up. Is what I'm thinking will probably happen. Or if Usman starts getting scared on the ground, I think on the feet, Burns could probably take him out. But it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm not confident in that pick though. I wouldn't bet on it either.
All right, talked about that one a little too long. Alexander Volkanovski versus Holloway. We go Holloway.
I got Volkanovski in this one. I think he's gonna. That was such a good.
Didn't he win his last
time,
fight?
but Holloway he doesn't have power to put somebody away.
Didn't he win last time?
Yeah, Volkanovski won last time, and I think he's gonna do it again. I think it's gonna look almost the exact
I
same.
know I'm picking. I ain't betting. Jose Aldo versus Peter Yan.
I got Aldo. Everyone keeps calling me crazy for that, but I got Aldo.
I'm with you on that one. I think Jan, they kind of pushed him up too fast.
And then lastly, we have Rose, Thug Rose, Jessica versus Andrade.
Thug Rose.
All day.
And then, you're going, Thug Rose. And then Paige Van Zandt versus Amanda Ribas. I'm going to go with Paige Van Zandt,
I
probably.
think Paige is like plus 500.
Yeah,
Oh,
Paige is
shit.
a heavy underdog.
Well, I don't know if I should be gambling because Papa lost pretty big at the track on set. Well, I was up 80, and then I went to negative 50 within like 4 hours of betting on ponies. So I'm not gonna gamble on any of these fights, probably not even gonna watch it because then it'll just tempt me to gamble on it. And
I'm
that's
gonna
that.
definitely catch them.
You gonna gamble? You gonna bet?
If I do, I'm gonna do like Namayunas, Aldo, and then parlay, probably parlay Burns, and then I'll probably parlay Burns in there because I Volkanovski Holloway. I really don't know.
I have yeah. I mean, just I don't know.
Because Volkanovski and Holloway, I feel like a big reason Volkanovski beat Holloway is because he was kicking the dog shit out of his legs, and now Holloway's he's probably if he's good, if he's smart, which he is, so he'll prep for that. So what's Volkanovski gonna do next? But that motherfucker's good as hell too. So
Yeah,
We'll
I feel
see.
most comfortable on like putting money on the Aldo fight out of all the championship fights.
yeah, Aldo Namajunas is probably a pretty good parlay
There's
there.
two fights right there. I agree with that.
Yeah, everyone's on Jan's jock, but I don't get it. Like his biggest win is against like a 40-year-old Faber, right? Like he's on a 6-5 win streak, but I don't know really about any of the guys he's beat other than Faber.
Yeah, it's pretty much nobody's.
Yeah, and Aldo should have beat Moraes that last fight.
Mm.
Yep. What we got next on the menu?
Yeah, nothing, man. 4th of July is coming up. You've been out of town, so I mean, obviously we weren't really doing much. Me and him just been. I mean, we no, we went to a bar. Texas is shut down again. Is what everyone probably already knows that. So it's I feel like we got thrown out of our rhythm again. I don't know why, even though it was like we weren't going to the bars that much, but it was like that
Yeah.
Friday, and I was like about to say let's go out, and then I was like, well,
Yeah. You told me let's go out, and I was like, nah, I've been drinking too much, and then like I was like thinking about it, and then like an hour later, breaking news: Texas closes down all bars and clubs again. I texted you, and you were like, yeah, I'm reading that right now. Fuck,
yeah.
pissed off.
So I don't know. I feel like kind of been thrown out of whack. I didn't really prepare too much for this episode, to be honest with you. 4th of July. We're going to the. Why is it? You know what? Let's bring this up. Why is it that some universities you feel like you have to say the in it?
Some of them are just
I
like,
don't know. They're just weird about it. Like the Ohio State University.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're the biggest ones about it.
That's what I think. And I feel like when I say A&M, it's like the Texas A&M. So there's like
I don't
I've
a
never
bunch of
heard
them.
that.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's like a
I feel like
thing.
some people say the University of Texas, but it's not really a thing either. I think it's like
Just like it's
the
a
Ohio
joke.
State is like
The Ball State University.
I think it's just I think it's just when you want
Makes
to
it
like
sound
big
really
up.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, but like it's just everyone.
So
I
you
guess,
put it on like Harvard status.
The Ohio State.
yeah, they're the ones that do it like all the time. Annoying asses.
Damn.
They're always good.
So, yeah, we're going to A&M this weekend.
The A&M University.
The A&M University. The University of Texas A&M. Marvin's might go camping. I don't know. I'm not a big camping guy. I've never been camping in my life. Not really.
It's pretty. It's pretty cool. It's as comfortable, I guess, as you can be sleeping in a tent there. Garner State Park, cool little spot. Frio River.
Oh, so you're going way down south.
Yeah, well, it's like west of like San Antonio-ish. Like it's out in
Yeah, the Frio's dope.
yeah,
The Frio.
yeah, but the water's cold. Like
Are they
just
gonna
like-
No
let you
shit.
in? Aren't they like closing all the rivers? Is that just awesome?
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
apparently, what he read earlier said that they're opening everything back up after Sunday, and that's when
Oh.
that's everyone's supposed to get there. My family's supposed to get there Sunday or Monday, so it sounds like everything's might open back up right when we were supposed to go. So I don't know. We'll see. If not, then probably just get drunk here because that's what I'm gonna do over there.
Fuck it.
Mm.
I mean, the only other thing would just be, I guess you want
Can't
to
go
talk.
golf on 4th of July. That sucks. I guess
Yeah, most people don't do that.
bring up what we were gonna bring up.
For the live stream though?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up his live streams.
Yeah, so from now on, every Tuesday, I'm gonna try to keep it on Tuesdays. I'm gonna go live on Instagram at like 6 or 7 o'clock just for an hour, and make some beats live with you guys if you want to join in. I did the first one. I've done like I did a test run and then the first like official episode last week. Turned out pretty good. I actually like got to talk to a lot of people I haven't seen in a minute.
There you go.
That's pretty dope. But yeah, that's gonna be
Hey,
happening.
you got the chain that you were talking about?
Yeah, it automatically my
Badass.
music production skills went up like at least 10.
His music
Badass.
production
As soon as I
skills.
put the thing on.
He's
It looks dope,
he
dude.
he leveled up, guys. He leveled up. So that's a pretty funny note to end on. Level 2, Alex leveled up. Watch his stream. Watch him making beats. Don't got much to talk about. Gonna keep it nice and short, but have a happy
Thanks
4th
for
of
watching.
July. Yeah.
Bye.
Jazz hands. Shit.